In the news today concerning 2027, Primate Ayodele is out saying something concerning Wike and Tinubu again. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe to our channel. You are welcome. In 2027, Wike and Tinubu will have disagreements, and Tinubu will be forced to dump Wike. Who said so? Primate Ayodele. In a recent update from Daily Post, Primate Elijah Ayodele, the head of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, INRI, offered his perspective on the changing political landscape in Nigeria. His prophecy centers on the connection between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). According to Primate Ayodele, tensions are looming in the partnership between Tinubu and Wike. The cleric stated, "I foresee that Tinubu will be forced to dump Wike as Wike will put in efforts in order to keep up. Wike and Tinubu will have disagreements. This forecast indicates that the once promising partnership may encounter obstacles that could change its course." Wike, recognized for his strong leadership and strategic political tactics, has been an influential figure in Nigerian politics. Nonetheless, Primate Ayodele argues that even with Wike's genuine attempts to preserve his influence and connection with Tinubu, these attempts might face difficulties. Shifting focus to Rivers State, Ayodele pointed out the political prospect of Governor Sim Fubara. He predicts that Fubara will win the 2027 gubernatorial election, assuming the election process is conducted fairly and transparently. If Wike did not strategize properly, I foresee that Sim Fubara will win the 2027 gubernatorial election in Rivers State, except the election is rigged and it turns to violent, but on a free and fair, Wike candidate will lose, he remarked. The prophecy emphasizes the significance of careful planning for Wike as he pursues his political goals and partnership. What an advice for Wike. He should plan carefully. So as he's stretching his leg, one in PDP, one in APC, one in Rivers State, one in Abuja, he should plan carefully so that one of the legs will not be caught into both ends. He should be very, very careful. This clergyman is telling us two things about Wike, and his prophecy is centered on Wike in 2027. Of course, expectations are high for Wike being in the APC government as a member of PDP and as a minister. If 7 members of his cabinet can be removed due to probably a non-performance within 1 year and some months, then it can happen to a non-member of the party. Very, very important. As Wike is performing presently and is strong and strategic in his leadership prowess, he should continue. But then, if the clergyman foresee that there's going to be some pressure on Tinubu to dump Wike, well, let's cross our fingers and wait and see. But if the pressure is going to be against, not in favor of Nigeria, we are hoping and praying that such pressure will have no effect. But if the relationship between Wike and Tinubu is not going to favor Nigeria, let the pressure come. Let them separate so that Nigeria can have space to breathe. That is very, very important in this regards. And Wike too, because he's having 2 houses, paying 2 rents, sleeping with 2 wives, at the same time, I think he's a great man and he has to be very, very careful. Very, very careful, because he's probably eating from 2 different kitchens at the same time. Who knows, one will be jealous and may decide to poison the husband. So that's why he needs to be very, very careful. As it were now, we're looking at Fubara's side as the jealous side, that there's already poison on ground already that we can need to be very wary of. And also the other side that has been a good wife where he's eating well, he also needs to be careful, because his enemy will want to cause rift there, like the prophecy is saying, and they want to cause the poison to come to him. Those are figurative expressions. I hope people know that whether we like it or not, of course 20 friends cannot be together for 20 years. It's a known fact. So if Tinubu and Wike decided to part in 2027, it's not a news, because it has been happening long before we were born, and it will continue to happen. Not to talk about the fact that it's in between politicians whose only political interest bring their political alignment. Immediately there is divide in their interest, their alignment fail completely. We've seen Tinubu work with Atiku here in this country, asking him to come and run on the platform of the former party, and now they are political, in quotes now, openly political opponents. I don't want to use the word enemies, because they see have business together and they eat together, they greet each other when they see each other in private, but they are political opponents now, and each of them is strategizing and finding a way to outsmart the other. Right now, Tinubu is carrying the day, and Atiku is at the losing end. But who knows what is in it for him come 2027? But in 2025, here, that is not too far away, Wike is at the spotlight, and he needs to be very, very careful. Of course, I will advise him to play his game as he has been playing. He should just remain the way he is, up his game, do the right thing, and leave the president to make his decision if whether to continue the relationship or to sever it. Is the president's problem. But then he should know that the president ordinarily will not want to do that. Some fifth columnists might enter into their camp and begin to cause the same thing. And that takes me back to what I said in a particular comment, that probably the opposition is trying to play the ruling party's game. The kind of game the ruling party played to fragment the opposition, such that instead of them to come as a force to win the election in 2023, he succeeded in fragmenting them to a level that they could not achieve that singular goal. And looking at results, if they had combined their numbers together in one ballot, they will have carried the day freely, stressfully, without any obstruction. But right now, he is also strategizing. So Wike needs to be careful. And concerning the election in Rivers State, of course, our election in Nigeria, especially in that part of the country, has ever been with rigging. I hope there will be no rigging this time around. I think it's the wish of the prophet, and also it's the wish of all Nigerians. And they said if the horses are witches, the beggars will ride. The Nigerians can stand up and not being beggar and begin to ride the horses of their wishes, and making sure that they actualize their vision. If it is Bubara they want, to go all out and do it. And all those who have already dedicated themselves to violence, they should be weary of that. They should try to think of tomorrow. They have wives, they have children, they have people they love. How will they feel if the people they love that are hot? So they should be careful. And they shouldn't forget, nemesis is not far away. You will surely reap what you sow. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what the prophecy will eventually turn out to be, whether it is going to be continuous mutual relationship between Tinubu and Wike. We shall see. And looking out to 2027, what will happen between Wike and Fubara? Who will stay in their state house? 2027 election will tell. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Thank you.